It's the trivia battle you've been waiting for. It's Butters, it's Ritz, right now on In This Very Ring. Here we go.
Oh my God!
I'm embarrassed!
You're flying!
Welcome in. It's almost time.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a very, very special In This Very Ring. I am the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. I am the man known as Ritz, and joining me as he does each and every Saturday night, for now until we move to Fridays, it's the mayor of Toasty Town, the one they call Butters. Butters, what's going on?
It's going good.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. And as you see, we have two very, very special people on the screen with us tonight. They are going to be joining us for a very special edition of Fandemonium, the Monday trivia show here at A2D Radio, hosted by myself and this man, the professor, Mr. Frank Vespe.
Howdy.
And taking my role, which is really weird, is as the judge, jury, and executioner, is the one, the only, Mr. Ryan Brodo.
Feels good to be on this side. Feels good.
Yeah, I'm so scared. I'm going to get my ass kicked. I ain't living it down either. Because this guy right here, Monday night, had the comeback of a century when he beat Lazy Booking's Chrome and just proved why In This Very Ring is the superior wrestling show. Throw that out there. But this show wouldn't be possible without our sponsor. We want to thank Allen Z Travel. Allen Z Travel specializes in creating the vacation of your dreams at Disney, Universal, or wherever your heart calls you. Let their talented team of travel experts, including yours truly, create a custom vacation for you without any of the stress. Allen Z on over to allenz-travel.com/take the trip to get in touch with myself or one of our other talented travel agents, and we can start planning your next stress-free vacation tonight. So, I never thought I would do this before, but I am giving full control of my show to Frank and Ryan. Oh, God, help me.
Can I do something really quick in honor of, because we do have a returning champion of sorts. May not be in the full wrestling trivia world.
Yes.
But as you alluded to.
I already know what it is. Do it.
We do have, I'm not going to say it. I'll just play this in tribute to our, once again, returning champion.
Returning champion, a software engineer from Salt Lake City, Utah,
Margarine,
whose 74-day cash winnings total $2,520,700.
I forgot that was in there.
Oh,
God,
my
I'm
God.
so happy. All right.
That's all. I don't have to do anything else for the rest of the show. I'm good.
Alrighty. All right, I guess it's time to reveal the game board.
There you go.
All right, so if this is your first time, second time, third time, fourth time, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth time here, it is based off of a popular answers and questions game show. Point values range from 100 to 500. Your categories for this very special episode are WWE, AEW, WCW, ECW, and by ECW, I mean the original ECW, not that piece of crap remake done by the WWE. Wrestling terms.
No Kevin Thorne.
Yes, no vampires. And outside the ring. And outside the ring is a category where wrestlers have appeared outside of WWE or any wrestling programming. All right, so with control of the board goes to the challenger, one Mr. Andy Ritter.
All right, let's do
Fat guys for 300.
lightning.
We're getting started early.
Wrestling terms for 100.
Wrestling terms for 100. Oh, crap. Hold on. There we go. It means free fight in Spanish. Andy.
Oh my god. I just lost it. Lucha Libre?
Si, senor. It is Lucha Libre. Control to Andy.
WWE for 300.
Double E for 300. It was the main event for the WWE Championship between these two in the one-off pay-per-view, Capital Punishment. Andy.
John Cena versus Randy Orton.
It is not Randy Orton. Butters, do you have a chance to answer?
John Cena versus R-Truth.
All right, Butters. What's up?
Good call.
Correct.
So there is a little delay with Frank. So as soon as
Okay.
All right, control to the mayor of Toasty Town.
Let's go with outside the ring for 200.
Outside the ring for 200. Inconceivable. He appeared as the giant Fezzik in the 80s classic, The Princess Bride. Andy.
Andre the Giant.
That is correct. Control back to Andy.
Let's do outside the ring for 300.
Outside the ring for 300. Before he lost to Daniel Puder on Tough Enough, he appeared on several MTV reality shows, most notably The Real World. Andy.
The Miz.
It is, in fact, the one, the only Mike Mizanin. Correct. The Miz. Control to Andy.
WWE for 100.
Double E for 100. This current WWE head of creative had a reign of terror during 2002 to 2005. Butters.
Triple H.
That is correct. It is the game. Control to Butters.
Hot start for both of you guys.
All right, he's fading.
All right, we're back. Butters, you have control.
Let's go outside the ring for 100.
Outside the ring for 100. And the question is, Agent Hobbs made his first appearance in Fast 5, the first 4 appearances in the Fast and Furious franchise for this wrestler. Andy.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
That is correct. It is The Rock. Control to Andy.
AEW for 200.
This ought to be good.
Right.
AEW for 200. The famous Dinner Debonair segment on AEW Dynamite featured these two musically inclined wrestlers singing Me and My Shadow. Control to Andy. Or Andy, what's your guess?
Was it MJF and Cody Rhodes? Damn. Oh.
Butters.
Chris Jericho and MJF.
Correct.
Damn.
Butters now has control.
Let's go AEW for 100.
AEW for 100. This pay-per-view is AEW's equivalent of WrestleMania. Butters.
All in.
It is not All In. Andy.
All Out.
It is not All Out. Double or Nothing. It is considered to be their WrestleMania.
I could argue that one, but fine.
Go ahead. Let's argue it. Let's do it.
No.
Let's
no.
do it.
This is
Let's
not
get
the
nuts.
forum for it. This is not the forum for it.
Fine. I'm just here to poke and
No.
prod. That's all.
We know, but the problem is
You're poking
I'll
bears.
argue Frank Power.
Who's up, Frank?
It was Butters.
Oh, I figured since you answered, but okay.
No.
AEW for 300.
AEW for 300. This hilariously bad short-lived stable was created by Brandy Rhodes and featured Awesome Kong, Mel, and Luther.
Yeah, I don't know.
Not a clue.
Pass.
I'm out.
You're out?
I'm
You're
out.
all out. It was the Nightmare Collective.
Fitting.
Yeah, it was a
Nightmare.
nightmare.
Nightmare Collective.
Do you guys want a couple comments from the chat real quick?
Yeah,
on
you
the,
can sprinkle those in throughout.
the potential controversy that was not a
Yes.
controversy. Well, we have Jake who chimed in earlier saying that rumor has it Butters can make a mean quiche. I'm not sure what that means exactly. Pete Evans saying hello. Dynasty saying hello. Chrome chiming in earlier saying hello. And then on the potential controversy, that was not a controversy. Dynasty said he agreed with you, Andy, on how you can argue against it. Chrome, on the other hand, says it's definitely double or nothing. That was their very first pay-per-view.
Right, and
Loss.
Chrome lost to Butters on Monday, so everything he has to say is just completely null and void. Let's continue. Oh!
I believe Control is still
AEW
to
for 400.
AEW for 4. She was the first ever AEW Women's Champion, upsetting Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, and Nyla Rose in a tournament to win the belt. Butters.
Rio?
It is Rio.
Good call.
It's not a Pixar film.
All right,
AEW
Control
500.
to Butters. All Elite for 500. This company's alliterative second ever pay-per-view was a parting shot to a failed festival and is best known for an unprotected chair shot. It is now a yearly 2-week special for AEW programming in the summertime.
Jesus Christ.
I'm sorry, Jesus Christ.
That is not the answer.
That's not what. Oh, you,
I'm sorry. Frank has done that
Andy.
so many times to me. I can finally do it. I can finally do it to somebody.
It's not blood and guts, is it?
I can't.
It is not blood and guts.
I'm trying to think what I mean, but then again, every other week is a 2-week special for these assholes.
I'm gonna have to pass on that one.
Butters, do you have a guess? It was Fighter Fest.
Yeah,
Dumb.
Real quick from the chat, Don saying, "What's
all
up,
right.
fellas?" Hello, Don.
All right.
I down.
Let me just double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay.
You good over there, Frank?
He's checking for halfway point.
Oh, okay. And Chrome responds to you,
Yes.
Andy, saying, "I may have lost to Butters, but I
Yes.
pulled Swan and Breeze this week, so I think my play stands pretty strong." LOL. Thoughts?
We're moving on.
And Dynasty says it's all
All right,
out
Control
because he says it's all out because All In was the first show. Only difference is Ring of Honor owned the rights to All In, so they went all out. I don't know. I'm just reading the comments. I don't know. I don't have a thought.
I think controls back to you, Butters.
Let's go ECW for 100.
ECW for 100. ECW began life as Eastern Championship Wrestling, a region of this larger wrestling organization. Andy.
NWA.
It is NWA or, not that initialism, National Wrestling Alliance. Control to Andy.
What an idiot. ECW for 200.
ECW for 2. Play that Metallica song. He holds the most reigns as ECW World Heavyweight Champion. Butters.
Sandman.
It is, in fact, the Sandman.
Somebody learned after Monday.
All right, Control to Butters.
ECW for 300.
ECW for 300. Hi, Chrome. This ECW referee and manager has appeared on multiple times as a guest on Lazy Booking. Andy.
Bill Alfonso.
It is the Fonz himself, Bill Alfonso. And let me just double check real quick. Hold on. 5, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. All right, one more question, then we got to go to break.
ECW for 400.
Control to Andy. ECW for 400. This infamous WWE pay-per-view saw the first instances of the ECW chant being heard by a national audience during a match between Mabel and Savio Vega. Andy.
Infamous WWE pay-per-view saw the first instances. You threw me off with the Mabel and Savio Vega. So that would have been the late 90s. Over the Edge?
It is not Over the Edge. Butters, do you have a guess?
No.
All right, Butters is going to pass, and the correct answer is King of the Ring 1995.
Back up. How the fuck was it infamous?
Well, you had a pissed off Philly crowd, a terrible pay-per-view.
We're going to teach you the definition of the word infamous before in the next
It was
show.
not a good pay-per-view.
Keep going.
But you know
Is that
what's
opinion-based
doesn't
or a
have
fact?
Some people say it's infamous, some say it's not. But you know what's not infamous, guys? A
Just
nice
play the damn
trip.
commercial.
Yeah, let's go to commercial.
Hey, Birds fans, the NFL schedule has arrived and Philly Sports Trips has all the details now. Visit the site phillysportstrips.com. This is sure to be an epic season. Be sure to go there now to make sure that you don't get shut out. Join us in Tampa, LA, Seattle, or when we get revenge in Kansas City. Don't want to fly? No problem. Gather up your crew and hop aboard one of our signature boisterous bus trips to DC or New York. Sign up now and make sure to mention A2D. Don't miss out on the best Philly fan experience anywhere. Philly Sports Trip customers always stay at the best hotels and meet NFL legends. Book today.
Fam, welcome back to In This Very Ring. If you're just joining us, well, first off, shout out to Philly Sports Trips, the Philadelphia 5for5 sports travel company. You get premium travel and tailgating experiences for the passionate fans of Philadelphia. There are links right down below, as well as on all of our social media pages. Go check them out. We couldn't recommend it enough. Like I said, if you're just joining us, a little bit different edition of In This Very Ring. You have Andy on one side, you have Butters on the other, facing off in a little WWE, AEW wrestling trivia. So far, Andy, are you Team Daniel? Is that Daniel?
Yes,
Okay.
Daniel.
Daniel / Andy has 400 points. He's trailing Butters, or the is that a Triceratops? I believe that's what it is.
Yes.
It is a Triceratops.
Who has 1,100 points. So 1,100 points in favor of Butters, 400 for Andy. Frank, back to you, sir.
Sir. I want to point out that's a negative 400.
It is a negative.
Oh, is that a negative?
That's a negative. There's a
All right,
little dash there.
Andy, I
Butters
tried.
is
Also,
up.
If you were saying it, I was, man.
Andy, sorry. One, the text is really small. I wish the scoreboard was bigger on this thing. And two, Andy, I tried. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Like I said, it's either going to be really, really good or really, really bad.
Well, actually, no, I'm not gonna throw
Keep
strays.
going.
Yeah, I'm not gonna throw strays.
All right. So, with control of the board, it was in fact Butters? No, Andy, you still had control, yeah.
Wrestling terms 500.
Wrestling terms for 500. All right. It's a variant of a pile driver popularized by TNA's Petey Williams, considered to be one of the most dangerous moves in wrestling. Andy.
Spike pile driver?
Oh, Christ almighty, Andy.
It is not a Spike. Butters.
The Canadian Destroyer.
Thank you, God.
C.
I think Pete Williams did the Canadian Destroyer. I thought
It is, in fact, the Canadian Destroyer.
No.
Andy, I'm ashamed that I tried to give you 800 more points. I'm ashamed.
Oh no, it's fine. Hey, look, it's fine. This is not a bruise to the ego, unlike some other individuals that I know.
Oh, well,
That refused to retire.
Yeah.
well, Chrome chimes in, actually. Funny enough, he says,
Oh.
Andy has losing so much credibility tonight, LOL.
It's really funny that Crone wants to sit there and take these shots when, if I remember correctly, no one questioned Crone's credibility Monday night when he got his ass whooped at the end.
Oh.
Pretty sure that didn't come up.
In other news, Don wants to know why your character at the bottom looks like Little Bill.
I think it's because it looks like The Rock, not Little Bill. That's amazing.
I just ask the questions around here, okay? I don't want any aggressive emails tonight, okay? I'm just here, okay? I just ask the questions.
All right. Control to Butters.
Wrestling terms for 400.
Wrestling terms for 400. To determine the quality of a match, you may have to rely or scoff at these based on one guy and his stars. Andy.
Dave fucking Meltzer.
Yeah, I'll give it to you. Dave Meltzer. The Meltzer ratings.
I'm going to fuck you up.
Andy, do you want Chrome's response, or do you want me to leave it alone?
Leave it alone.
All right.
Okay.
Control to Andy.
Wrestling terms 200.
Wrestling terms for 200. It's the other name for Go Away Heat, named after the Attitude Era persona portrayed by Sean Waltman. Andy.
I mean, the only Attitude Era persona he had was X-Pac.
Yo, you dealing with the X Factor. X-Pac Heat.
Thank you, Don.
What Don say?
Control
That
to
Frank, he said, by the way, Frank and Ryan, you guys are doing a great job. He's trying to bring some positivity back into the chat. He's trying to cleanse
Thank
the
you.
chat right now.
Thank you. Thank you, Don.
WWE for 200.
Double E for 200. Yokozuna versus Coco Beware was the first ever match for this WWE show that first aired 30 years ago. Andy.
Monday Night Raw.
It is Raw.
Ooh, Andy's woken up a little
Control
bit.
to Andy.
Andy's woken up a little bit. Ooh.
This WCW column scares the hell out of me. But WCW for 100.
WCW for 100. This gimmick is dubbed one of the worst of all time, as it was Fred Ottman hiding behind that shiny stormtrooper mask when he fell flat on his ass in 1993. Andy.
Shockmaster.
It is the Shock Master.
So glad that buffered out.
I always think about
now-
the Kevin Nash shoot interview talking about Shockmaster when he's like, if I was there, I'm telling all the boys in the back just to go out on camera and lay the boots to him because that character's dead. He's done.
WCW for 200.
WCW for 2. David Arquette's run as World Heavyweight Champion was a front to advertise this WCW movie. Butters.
Ready to rumble.
It is Ready to Rumble.
Such a good movie.
Yes, it is.
Control
Andy,
to the
did
buttery
you
one.
scream? Did you scream in anger because Butters hit the button before you?
Yes, I did.
I'm telling you, man, it's the most frustrating thing ever knowing the answer and
It
feeling
brings me back
powerless.
to every time you played Jeopardy in school.
I was so pissed Monday night because I didn't realize that was a thing.
Oh, it's the worst feeling ever, being so confident. Like, oh my god, I'm gonna get a 500-point answer here, and then somebody gets you by a friggin' millisecond. It's horrible.
Yeah.
Let's go ECW for 500. Just finish out that column.
ECW for 500. The mass transit incident was a match when this wrestler seriously injured 17-year-old Eric Koulas, who lied about his wrestling training and age, by the way, in a tag team match during a house show. Andy.
New Jack.
It is, in fact, New Jack. And New Jack was cleared by the law, by the way. So, because, Koulas lied. All right.
WWE for 400.
WWE for 400. This title was created in 1979 as a unification between the North American and the South American championships. Andy.
Intercontinental Championship.
And those are the two continents in that title, and that is correct. Control to Andy.
WWE for 500.
Oh, this is big.
WWE for 500. He holds the record for the longest WWE championship reign, not combined days, holding onto the title for 2,803 days. Andy.
Bruno Sammartino.
It is, in fact, Brodo Sammartino.
Oh!
And we got ourselves a game.
What is it? It's 1,800 to 1,400
Yeah.
in favor of Butters?
Yes.
Oh, my
And
God. Andy
going
pulled an
back.
Undertaker.
Yep.
He pulled an Undertaker. He sat up.
Wrestling terms for 300.
Wrestling terms for 300. It's the sequence used by wrestlers such as John Cena that usually ends up with their finishing move. Butters.
Whew.
3 moves of doom. Fucked it up, I'm pretty sure. Yep.
Not 3 moves of doom.
The
Andy.
5 moves of doom.
Yep.
It is 5 moves
Oh,
of doom.
what a mistake.
And
What
with
a
that, Andy
mistake.
has now taken the lead.
What a mistake.
I don't know why I didn't say
Control to
5.
Andy.
WCW for 300.
WCW for 300. This wrestler's return to WCW happened on the debut episode of Nitro. It may be considered to be the first shot fired of the Monday Night Wars. Andy again.
Lex Luger.
It is, in fact, Lex Luger.
Jesus. Butters, fight
Andy.
back. Fight
I'm
back.
trying.
WCW for 400.
WCW for 400. He became WCW's first African-American World Heavyweight Champion when he pinned Vader in 1992. Andy again.
Ron Simmons.
Fuck.
Damn.
I thought he was frozen.
Control to Andy.
So did I. I'm like, do I got to host the show? I'm like, I don't have the answer key. What am I gonna do?
WCW for 500. Shit.
WCW for 500.
Jesus.
Sid Vicious infamously fractured his leg after performing a botched high spot at this pay-per-view.
Oh, what was the pay-per-view?
I don't know.
Chat is going nuts, by the way. I'll read them in a few moments once we get this answer.
I don't know. I don't know which pay-per-view it was.
I don't either. I got to pass.
Like I can see the spot. I can see everything happening.
Yep.
Swear to God, I don't remember that it was on a pay-per-view.
You guys
I
both
guess
passing?
we're-
Yeah.
Pass. Yeah.
All right. Can I say I've never heard of this pay-per-view, and the chat has not given has not answered it correctly either. I will say that.
What's chat
All right.
saying?
Well, put up the answer, Frank, and I'll read the chat before.
Well,
we go to
the
next
correct answer is Sin. WCW
Oh.
Sin.
Andy
And
apparently
Dynasty was close. Dynasty
They
was close.
did
He got
Sin
it.
like once, and it was in the Russo era. It was the dumbest
Yes, it
fucking thing
was.
ever, and they never went back to it.
Real quick update for the chat. So the chat has been going nuts ever since Andy has woken up. Also, I'm not sure if this is like an official thing, but ever since Greg came in the chat and said, "What's up, fellas? Team Butters, let's go." Butters has not answered a question correctly. Let's see.
Wow.
So I
The-
don't know
the Greg
if you want
curse.
to send a strongly worded email, just direct it. I could give you his email address.
I have it. Don't worry.
Okay, just saying if you
The
want to
curse
direct
of
anger
Greg.
somewhere. Let's see. Jake has been putting laughing faces in here. Don Dunn saying, "Are you?"
Damn you!
He's saying, "Are you serious? Wow, Jesus Christ! Holy bleep, Butters, bite his ankle, do something." Greg hitting everybody with the damn in all capitals. Chrome saying, "Are you awake over there, Butters?"
Oh, I'm awake.
Chrome also.
Witches.
What was that, Andy?
His allegiance. He's like, I'm gonna make fun of Andy. Nope, now I'm gonna make fun of Butters.
He also said Sin was WCW's version of Great Balls of Fire.
Which also sucked.
And yeah. Joseph said in your
Alright.
house, by the way. He guessed in your house, which is a WWE thing, I believe.
Correct.
Yeah.
Let's do outside the ring for 400.
Outside the ring for 400. This comedy tag team appeared on an episode of Family Matters, squashing both Steve Urkel and Carl Winslow to win the tag team titles. Butters.
The Bushwhackers?
Hell. Butters, was that just a flat out guess?
Oh my goodness. So if Butters gets this,
It was.
Honestly, he said comedy tag team and Steve Urkel, and I'm thinking that's 90s.
Well, I went Headbangers. I was like, that's too late.
No, Headbangers is too early.
No, other way around. The Headbangers were later in the 90s. The Bushwhackers would have been early 90s.
Either way, that was just a flat out fucking guess.
Andy,
would this be the Cam?
Go ahead,
Would
Frank.
this be the Ken Shamrock moment of this episode?
Andy, on a scale from 1 to 10, how upset are you that he just got that correctly?
I'm not. I'm very happy. It makes it a game. Let's go.
Oh, Andy, don't do this now.
No. In all fairness, I had no fucking clue. Because I immediately went Headbangers. I was like, that's too late. And I was trying to do in my head, when was Family Matters? Like, era-wise? And I kind of thought the Bushwhackers were too early for Family Matters.
Also, quick thing, Andy. Side note. Get closer to the mic, please. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. And the last question on the board for outside the ring for 500. A correct answer for Butters would give this a tie before we go to our final question. So here we go for 500 outside the ring. He began his rise to fame by developing a following on Vine. His younger brother was an actor on the Disney Channel series Bizaardvark. Andy.
I feel
I know exactly what you're thinking about, too. You're trying to figure something out.
Well, in my head, I have an answer, and everything in my head is saying, don't say that answer because you're wrong. You're like dead wrong.
I missed Vine, so that's
How'd you miss Vine?
because it was a flash in the fucking pan.
Not really.
Well, next week's in this very ring. How good was Vine? The shows just write themselves, I tell you.
His brother actor was an actor on the Bizarre. See, I missed Bizaardvark. But see, everything in my head is screaming Logan Paul.
Was that your answer?
Yes.
God damn it.
And your brain is correct. It is Logan Paul. Jake was on Bizaardvark.
Andy, I thought in your head you were trying to figure out if it was Jake Paul or Logan Paul, and you couldn't remember which one it was.
Immediately I said Logan Paul, and I was like, no.
Oh.
Because I thought Logan was after Vine.
See,
Like,
maybe
I don't remember him from Vine.
like obviously I was too old for Bizarrevark, but I knew it immediately. So I didn't think it was like I thought it was like a soft $500 question. So
It's fair.
but even I started to overthink myself. I'm like, is it? Is it really him?
It is. In fact, Logan Paul. I actually do remember some of his vines.
By the way, Butters, an update. Owner, CEO, owner, operator, Tom Arnone is on your team. He says, Butters, let's go over there. Butters, we are all cheering you on.
Good luck.
So it is Andy versus the world, pretty much.
It's always
all right,
Andy
so
versus the
now
world. Where have you been?
It is
read the comments.
time. Yes, it is time for our final question, and our category is going to be our final question. So the category is, well, unfortunately, it's not on here, but we do have the actual category itself. It is wrestling bios.
Wrestling what?
Bios, biographies, stories about wrestlers
Jesus
and
Christ.
their lives.
Okay.
Unfortunately, he is not the answer.
So are we adhering to normal Fandemonium rules where you got to bet at least half?
Well, let me give a quick score update. So it is Andy Ritter / Daniel in the lead with 2,900 points. Butters / Triceratops following behind with 1,900 points. I don't know. That's up to you guys. That's up to you guys as far as what rules you want to adhere to.
I mean,
Chrome saying bet it all. He said bet it all.
I'm all in.
All right, fuck it.
All righty. Both contestants have went all in. All right. So now when it comes to the answers, yes.
Message me. Message me.
Message Ryan for your answer.
Yeah,
all right. So both contestants have wagered all in. Here is your question. He began his career in 1999 as one half of the indie tag team, the Chick Magnets. Since then, he has moved far away from being a chick magnet and has evolved to an anti-establishment figure in wrestling. You may enter your guesses now.
Began his career in 99 as one half of the indie tag team, the Chick Magnets. Since then, he's moved far away from being a chick magnet. What the fuck?
You messaged me on.
I sent you mine on WhatsApp.
Sure. All right. I have Andy.
All right. We need the buttery one.
I'm waiting for Morgan.
I'm trying to think.
Mine's a pure shot in the dark.
I'm curious what Dynasty has to say because he says he's got the answer.
It's just.
I don't know. And Frank, once I get both of them, I'll tell you what they say. Obviously.
All right, but then we're going to display the wagers and yada yada yada.
You just tell me when you need the answer.
I don't know.
Butters is typing. Okay. I have received both answers.
Luck, sir.
Okay, so sportsmanship. All right, here are the wagers. Everybody is all in. We start with the challenger, Butters. Ryan, what is Butters' answer?
So Butters said Chris Jericho.
Okay, now let's go to Andy's answer.
Andy said CM Punk.
Okay, so the correct answer, because anti-establishment and CM Chick Magnets, the correct congratulations to Andy. Get the win with 5,800. You got it.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Got the win. Congratulations.
So
Thoughts, sir?
I have a question though.
I hope I have an answer.
No, it's not for you. It's not for either one of you two.
And
He said indie tag team. And you said Chris Jericho.
I had zero guess. I just threw a fucking shot in the dark.
Do you know what Chris Jericho was doing in 1999?
No.
Debuting on Monday Night Raw. Okay.
Andy, as champion of today's show, feel free to cut a promo to anybody on the screen or anybody off screen. Anybody watching at home, anybody.
Well, first, I have to say I am very proud of you for kicking Chrome's ass on Monday night. I'm going to keep repeating that because it just feels so glorious. Because all he wants to do is run his mouth about how lazy booking is the A show and in this very ring is the B show. Yet consistently for more than 83 weeks, come at me, Eric Bischoff, we've beaten them because we're still here. We survived the wrestling ratings wars. So I lay down the gauntlet, Mr. Chrome. And it's not a one-on-one Ritz versus Chrome. No, that's not fun. Who wants to see that? We will figure out a way to do this where it will be in this very ring versus the legendary tag team of Chrome and Maddie Sensudi.
oh,
You go get your tag team partner out from mothballs and you bring him to the show. You bring him to the dance, and then we'll really find out who is the A team and who is the B team. Because I promise you, when the dust is settled and the smoke is cleared, we will reign supreme. Believe that.
Matt Satsudi is sitting at home right now being like, what did he say F me for? What did he say F me for?
He's like, what bus just hit me? I didn't even know this shit existed anymore.
Just sitting at home drinking an iced tea, watching a movie, and his phone's blowing up. Wait, Andy said what?
I don't know how we would pull that off, but we got to find a way to.
I don't know.
Ooh. I know how.
how?
Yu-Gi-Oh! Tag Team Battle. He knows what I mean. Challenge accepted. If Maddie can't make it, I'll pull Pete, but challenge accepted. That's allowed. That's allowed.
Pete, a member of this very ring, also.
Yeah.
Yeah, wait a minute. No, it's not allowed because in about 2 weeks, Pete's on our team.
No, just give him to him once. We'll give it to him.
We're going to loan him our guy.
The only people,
Have to.
I guess, that would be considered long-time lazy booking people would be Maddie, Chrome, Pete, and me, but I produce the show.
Yeah.
And also I produce in this very ring just as much, I would imagine.
Yeah. Well,
So I guess it would have to be Pete.
And I produce here and there.
Yeah,
But-
so it can be Pete.
Yeah, it would have to be Pete.
Yeah.
We'll set aside that we'll also pay off Pete.
And don't worry, Chrome. Don't worry because
Yeah, just tell Pete to perform like he did when he faced me. I'll be fine.
yeah.
Oh shit!
I'll be fine.
Hey, I really don't mind retiring somebody for a second time.
Oh.
And just so you're all hearing at home, Butters 316 says I just toasted your ass.
I'm sorry.
Please, God, tell me Tom's still here. Can we get A2D merch to make that as a shirt?
What the fuck are you talking about?
There's your answer.
That's amazing.
Oh my God.
oh. Wait, do I have all-time score now?
What?
Do I have all-time
Score? At
You do have
5,100?
it fit with 5,800. Yes, you do. You now have the all-time record, and you didn't blow the score away like Ralph.
Yeah, I wanted to say earlier, I really hope this ends with just a failed math equation. I really There's something very, very nice about a failed math equation ending a game show.
It's so satisfying.
Yes.
But yeah, so that's how we would do it. We would do it Yu-Gi-Oh! Tag Team Duel Battle. So
Will there be Dark Magicians?
Shut up. All 4 of us would be in the game, but at the end it would be combined total.
Ooh. I get it, but I like it.
Why do we let him here?
Because I
Still like
host.
Andy, if you want me to fill in for him that week, I understand. Just give me a call. Just give me a call.
It's actually ironic if you think about it. It's ironic that I'm in the hot seat tonight, right? And you and I got to do wrestling trivia because in 48 hours, the professor takes on the athlete.
Yes.
When Frank Vespe goes one-on-one with Pro Fan Talk's very own Marcus Thomas on Fandemonium this Monday night. It is a battle of college rivalries.
Yes.
From the Midwest state.
Yeah.
I don't remember your colleges. I'm sorry.
All right. So.
Oh God, he's not going to sleep tonight.
Yeah. I mean, so Marcus is a graduate at Eastern Kentucky University, and for a long time, they had a long-standing rivalry in both football and basketball with my school, Western Kentucky University, in our own Battle of the Bluegrass. So it's going to be very fun. I'm actually excited, but at the same time, I'm pretty nervous because I have no idea what you guys wrote for the questions. So
it's not you guys. I am writing all of these myself. I did not ask anybody to help me. I did not lend this out to anyone.
Really?
I have sat, I have studied, I have Googled, and I have come up with a series of questions that I hope challenge even you.
But not episode 1 difficult.
No. No.
Please, God.
No, because before it's all said and done, I'm going to have somebody look them over. I.e. that guy. That guy.
Yes.
So, all right. Gentlemen, thank you. I think we're going to take just a few minutes to talk a little wrestling.
Yep.
Just because there are a couple things that I want to bring up. Butters, I think you have a couple things you want to bring up as well. Maybe? Question mark? No?
I don't know. I could be wrong.
And really, well, no, and it's only because while it's fresh and it's hot right now, Pete talked about it in the A2D wrestling group chat. I want to get your thoughts on it. And Brian, since you're here, and Frank too, let's kind of get everybody to weigh in a little bit.
Sure.
Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits had a conversation last night on SmackDown. Do we see this as being a new formation of the Hurt Business, allowing the Street Profits to make a heel transition?
I wouldn't say a heel transition. I'd say Bobby will be face. But I do see a Hurt Business 2.0.
Well, I'm guessing because all I see is, Hurt Business reunion shot down, Hurt Business reunion set up. Like, I feel like we've been reading like the same rumored headline the past 2 years or whatever.
Right.
It sounds to me, and I think it's ridiculous, that they want to do it, but it seems like it's getting hung up on one person, whether they're whoever's deciding things this week, because it seems like it changes every week, doesn't like Alexander, doesn't want to put Shelton Benjamin back in the, kind of in the spotlight. I'm not sure, but no, I think that would be, it's tough because I actually know if you're going to do the Hurt Business, do the Hurt Business. I don't want like a new age hurt Business. If you're going to do that style, do what worked originally. Why people have been asking for it the past, like I said, 2 years.
Right. Frank, you got anything for that?
I have not watched WWE programming in a while, so
that's fine.
I do not have a good answer.
I thought it was interesting because I saw it yesterday and I didn't even watch the clip. when I saw it on Twitter because we were doing a thing for a friend at a karaoke show and everything like that. But that was immediately, as soon as I saw Bobby Lashley, Street Profits having a conversation, I thought Hurt Business, and I like it for everybody involved. But we're not going to stay on for very much longer. Let's kind of head out of here. Next week, we are going to be off the air because we're going to get ready for our move to Friday nights starting on August 4th. August 4th, it'll be me, Butters, and Pete Evans will be joining us on a permanent basis. But don't worry, you will still see us on August 5th for SummerSlam live reactions. I don't know if Pete's joining us for that, but it'll be me and Butters sitting here watching the program like we do every single, not every single, but most pay-per-views. So that'll be coming up in 2 weeks' time. Frank and I will be back on Monday for Fandemonium. It'll be myself hosting with Frank taking on Marcus Thomas. And then you can find Ryan and Frank on Wednesday nights on A2D Wednesday night. We are, 6 weeks away from the start of the NFL season? 7 weeks away?
Sounds about right. Yeah. Training camp in about 2 weeks. So that's going to be exciting.
What do you guys think you're talking about this week?
We're gonna do one of two things. So we've been doing a little bit of a draft series the last few weeks.
A good draft series.
Correct. I would say look around. Yep, everybody look around. Scatter. A couple weeks ago, we did a live draft based off of the best current Philadelphia athletes. If you missed that, you can go back and watch it. The week after that, we did a live draft based off of the most hated Philadelphia sports figures since 2000. This week, we're either going to keep with that theme and talk about the most hated rivals of the city of Philadelphia since the year 2000, talking about players, GMs, coaches that didn't play here but played against us that Philadelphia loved to hate.
Joe Buck.
Or we might pivot and we might do something that we did with the Phillies last year, which eventually led to them waking up and going to the World Series. So we might try and add some of that juju to this team. We may introduce something we like to call the roast of the 76ers, where we just let all of our frustrations out on that team. So I would say in some kind of order, they will be the next two Wednesday night shows that you'll see.
So in other words, Wednesday is not a night you're going to want to miss. But don't forget, guys, we have programming all week long here, whether it's Sports Hounds, Rivals, the Rob Ellis Show, Hockey Happy Hour, ATD Wednesday night, Bowen on the Birds, Vetted, Pro Fan Talk, Birds of a Feather, In This Very Ring, Money Pot Podcast, Agree to Disagree. There's something here for everybody, guys, so make sure you're following us on all our socials. We want to give a big shout out to Allonsy Travel. Allonsy Travel, specializing in creating the vacation of your dreams at Disney, Universal, or wherever your heart calls you. Let their talented team of travel experts create a custom vacation for you without any of the stress. Allonsy on over to allonsy-travel.com/take the trip to get in touch with myself or any of our other talented travel agents, and we can start planning your next stress-free magical vacation as early as tonight. Guys, don't wait. 2024 packages are on sale for most of our destinations. I also want to give a big shout out to the professor, Frank Vespe. He put all of tonight's questions together. It's not an easy task. I know it because I'm doing it for Monday night myself. We want to thank Ryan for jumping on here and helping Frank out. Butters, I want to thank you for being a worthy adversary, putting me and testing me to my limits. And, well, guys, I want to thank everybody in the chat. We will see you all in 2 weeks' time, August 4th. Same bat time, same bat channel. But until then, tell somebody you love them. Peace, love, and joy. We're out.